anybody who is asserting this thing he did on the stage the other day was a 𝗙cie𝗶𝗍, which I just heard you say, lawyer up maybe, because absolute ridiculous thing to say. Under no circumstances.
The Nazis in Germany thought it was a 𝗙cie𝗶𝗪.
Under no circumstances was he doing anything other than expressing enthusiastically.
Why don't you do it on TV right now?
His appreciation.
Why don't you do it on TV right now if you think it's so?
Number three.
Banal.
Number three. I think it is fully appropriate.
But look at this priest, guys. Because we looked at that crazy woman. Remember the woman from the township in Pennsylvania earlier in the week? We did a video about her. She did the little Hitler sign. Everybody's doing the little Hitler sign. Now, I want to do twofold here, guys, because there's two things that are happening here where other people are now adopting Elon's little Nazi sign. And if we look at the Elon salute, one thing I want to point out with this Elon salute is I want to point out he did a heart thing before. There's him doing the I put my heart out to you. So he knows what that looks like. But one of the things we want to look at with the Elon salute is his face, because Elon's coverage of this salute was saying he was like telling the people in the crowd, I love you guys. My heart goes out to you. I'm throwing my heart and my love and my benevolent love and appreciation for you. But look at his face. Right there. Look at it. That's not love. That is not love. He's gritting his fucking teeth. Look at his jaw. He's biting his lip. He's red in the face. He is fucking angry. He is saying, fuck you. There's nothing about this that is happy. There's nothing about this that is pleasurable, that is sending love. Like, there's no way, because we know he threw this in anger. So that's where I want to start, is the cognitive dissonance around his claims. Okay, now we've seen other people adopting this, but two things happen, guys. One is this priest, a Catholic priest, did this. A Catholic priest did this for his congregation, and he did it on video. And then Scott Jennings, the little right-wing hand jobber who is now on CNN, Scott Jennings got into an argument about this salute, and the woman he was arguing with challenged him. Okay, Scott, if you believe this was an innocuous thing, and you believe it was a harmless salute, I want you to do it right here on camera for the audience. So go ahead and do it for us. Right? Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? So let's look at the priest, okay? Father Calvin Robinson. He's at the National Pro-Life Summit.
The old world is crumbling. Every country in Europe is embracing death. America, as far as I could see, is the only country fighting for life. And that's down to you guys. So God bless all of you for what you're doing. Please keep doing it. I hope that I can encourage you. And my heart goes out to you. God bless.
Look at that. This is a priest. Now, here's the thing that's really crazy is obviously this guy thinks he's like super cute and funny. Everybody's laughing at this. The people at this National Pro-Life Summit. It's a pro-life summit. Now, even if Elon's wasn't a Nazi salute, we know it was, but even if Elon's wasn't a Nazi salute, it looked like a Nazi salute. It looked enough like a Nazi salute to certainly not want to repeat it. If you're pro-life, do you want to do something that even remotely looks like a sign that was used to murder 6 million people? And you're going to clown around with that at a pro-life thing? And you think it's funny? You're all going to laugh? And you're saying you're Christians? Nah. Come on.
I was hearing a lot of sighing, Scott. What's the deal?
I mean, we've moved on from Trump derangement syndrome to Elon derangement syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to defend his saying the Germans get to
Let me let him finish, Catherine.
I love this game we play where you talk for 2 minutes, I talk for 3 seconds,
ahead,
and you
Scott.
freak out. So he has a long record of supporting the Jewish people, number one. Number two, anybody who is asserting this thing he did on the stage the other day was a 𝗙cie𝗶𝗍, which I just heard you say, lawyer up maybe, because absolute ridiculous thing to say. Under no
The
circumstances.
Nazis in Germany thought it was a 𝗙cie𝗶𝗪.
Under no
The Nazis in Germany
under no
thought it was a
circumstances
𝗙cie𝗶𝗪.
was he doing anything other than expressing enthusiastically.
Why don't you do it on TV right now?
His appreciation.
Why don't you do it on TV right now if you think it's so?
Number three.
So, you know, banal.
Number three. I think it is fully appropriate.
Yeah, it's crazy. But they defrocked him, which is amazing, right? And good for them. Good for them for defrocking this guy, because this guy deserves to be defrocked. Because the thing about this is, whether you believe this thing is a Nazi salute or not, the fact that it looks like it should be enough. And so his license got revoked right away. What is getting me about this is, even beyond the people that are engaging in this sort of trolling behavior, because I'm certain Father Calvin Robinson and Elon Musk, even though they won't be honest about it, they're trolls. They're trolling. They want to go viral and create a name for themselves in this right-wing hate environment. But the people that enjoy this, right? Like, if you enjoy somebody who's trolling to get a reaction, but they're using mechanisms that were used to cause like mass amounts of harm. Like, if you're going to troll about slavery caused so much harm. You know, we are going to spend the next 2,000 years, all of us worldwide, paying back the karmic debt of those motherfuckers that enslaved the Atlantic slave trade. We're all going to pay that price with wars and famines and just harm while we try to pay off that karmic debt. The same with the Holocaust. Thousands of years of karmic generational trauma to be paid. And the fact that you think that shit is funny, or you think like making fun of women who have been, you know, SA'd, or you think it's funny like trans people, their plight, them getting beaten up and murdered and shit. J.K. Rowling, a billionaire, stirring the pot, or the bomb threats from 𝗙cie𝗶𝗪. When you think that shit is funny, to troll about shit that is like cost a lot of, like, a huge human price has been paid for people at the hands of the cruelty of those actions. And then you think you can troll with that shit. And it's like, hey, it's so funny. And that is like, to me, that's really problematic. Because again, when we look at his face, this guy was not sending joy. He was firing hate and anger and animosity in that face. If this guy shows up at your door saying, I need to talk to you, you're not opening the door, bro. If somebody who looks like this, with this expression, is pounding on your door, telling you they need you to come outside, they need to talk to you right then, nobody who looks at this face is going to unlock that door and walk out there, unless you're somebody who wants a fight and are going out there to fucking beat his ass. But nobody is going to answer that fucking door, bro. I mean, that's the litmus test. But these people, though, now Christians, people that are claiming to be the most religious among us, people wearing the fucking cross, bro. This guy is representative of the cloth. He's wearing the collar, man. People wearing crosses and collars are now doing this shit. Ha, trolling the Holocaust. Look how funny we are. Mr. Robinson had been warned that online trolling and other such actions, whether in service of the left or right, are incompatible with a priestly vocation. And he was told to desist. So they actually told him, please don't do this. We don't care if you're left or right. Please don't use our religion, our faith, our appearances for the faith to like troll like this. Please, like, don't do this. Clearly he is not. And as such, his license in this church has been revoked. He is no longer serving as a priest in the ACC. The church, which Robinson had only been a member of since 2024, added, this is not just an administrative matter. We believe that those who mimic the Nazi salute, even as a joke or an attempt to troll their opponents, trivialize the horror of the Holocaust and diminish the sacrifice of those who fought against its perpetrators. And dude, that just gave me goosebumps, because at the end of the day, guys, the guys who are actually doing those Nazi salute, they were telling people to go into some showers, and they were telling them that they were going to get clean, people interned at camps, and then they dropped Zyklon B pellets into those showers, and they murdered them by the hundreds and by the thousands and by the millions. And at that time, there were people in those camps fighting to stay alive, to get out, to bring the Nazis down. There were millions of people worldwide dying on battlefields trying to make that happen. A world war, a skirmish that like scarred soldiers and concentration camp, people with, you know, with fucking numbers burned into their skin and tattooed on them, surviving that shit. So for you now to have the nerve, the gall, to just run around with that salute like it's some big fucking joke is spitting in the face of people who like died doing that, or people who emaciated down to like 60 pounds and shit, surviving that shit. For what? For no reason, because they wore a yarmulke, because they were born into a certain religion. Like, come on, man. What are we fucking doing? And now we want to joke about that. Now we want to create an environment that people that joke about that people that make light of the Zyklon B pellets. Because you know what's funny is the guys like Elon and Father Calvin Robinson and these gamer kids or whatever that think Trumpism and all this shit is cool. If you motherfuckers were in the concentration camps, I don't know if you'd have the wherewithal to fucking survive. You motherfuckers complain about DEI programs. You complain if some black guys get interviewed next to you or some women get interviewed next to you. You guys cry out when a black airline pilot is more qualified than you. You sure as aren't going to handle like starvation in a concentration camp and being abused and being branded with numbers for 5 years and finding your way out of that shit while watching everybody you know get gassed in a fucking shower. You guys cry like fucking bitches the minute you get like banned on social media. Don't even tell me you have the guts, because I know you don't. We all know they don't. And so this shit is really problematic. All right, well, I have a couple of choice words for Father Calvin Robinson. I do have something to say to you, man. You know, just between me and you, go f*** yourself, buddy. Go f*** yourself, all right? And I mean that with love. F*** you and f*** everybody in that pro-life room that's laughing at that shit. Because to me, guys, I think we got to stop laughing at that shit. You know what I mean? There's nothing weak about acknowledging the hardships that people have gone through and staying in touch with that, man. I think we should stay in touch with that pain. You know why? You know why we want to stay in touch with the pain of the Holocaust is so we don't repeat it, guys. It's so you don't repeat it. And dude, this kind of shit is so easy. Like, you know how easy it is to go through life not doing anything that resembles the Nazi salute? I mean, dude, it's real easy. You know how easy it is to go through life not using the R slur, not using the F slur, not using the N word, not coding, you know, the word Chicago or DEI or CRT or woke every time you mean black? You know how easy it is to not do that? It's real fucking easy. You know how easy it is to not, like, you know, attack trans women or trans men when they're trying to use the bathroom? It's easy. It's real easy to do that. You know how easy it is to stop and consider that young trans kids that, like, we should get them therapy, make sure they know if they're trans or not, let them find the truth. You know, at least give them a path to figuring it out. And we don't need to treat them with harshness and animosity. It's like, it's not hard to do those things. It shouldn't be hard to extend some common empathy towards people that are struggling far harder to survive than we are. You know, it is hard surviving 4 years in a concentration camp. You know, it is hard, you know, like living here for 40 years and working and paying taxes and then getting arrested by ICE and being put indefinitely into a camp in Guantanamo Bay. For what? For doing nothing, for just wanting to be a citizen. That's fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? But like not using slurs and trying to be understanding of people's circumstances, it shouldn't be hard. It's not hard. It's not hard to be compassionate, guys. And it's free. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.